working on a new YouTube thing about extreme films or disturbing films, and I wanted to start off with the ones that you've probably already heard of because every person keeps suggesting them to me, and I've already watched them. So I figured I would do it. I took notes. See? Okay, here we go. First one everyone always suggests is the Human Centipede trilogy. I adored the first one. The first one was phenomenal. I enjoy the psychology aspect of it, with the whole training. I also enjoyed the fact that they sold it as being scientifically accurate. I don't know if it's actually possible. I don't want to know. I don't want to really find out in real life. But if it is, that makes it even more interesting. Things are always more disturbing when they have a realism or a realistic counterpart, meaning it can actually happen rather than things that can't actually happen. The second and the third one, they just go off the rails and try to be over the top for no reason at all. And just, I don't like just shock value for the sake of shock value. I like realistic things. So I didn't care for the sequels, especially the prison one. They were so bad. The first one, I never want to watch it again, but I appreciate it. Next is going to be Angst. This is like the original home invasion film. I think it was German. I'm not sure. It's been a while since I watched it. I think it was subtitled when I watched it. Anyways, if you don't know this film, it's about this man. He breaks into this home, and I believe it's a woman and like a handicapped person that lives there, like in a wheelchair. And then he does like, disturbing things, and then he, the typical intruder type thing going on. It's very shaky camera. It's like in the POV version of, the intruder. I hate shaky film. I hate it. I hate it so much. It makes me sick and nauseous, and I can't really watch it. It was really outdated. That's all I really recall about that movie. It wasn't disturbing at all to me. I guess, the whole handicap thing could have been, but it was just so outdated. It was just so boring. One that was suggested to me on a film set was Dogville. Lars von Trier, however you say his name, is the most pretentious man alive. I'm pretty sure. I cannot stand any of his films. I read the synopsis for it. It sounded amazing. Absolutely phenomenal. I've never been a big Nicole Kidman fan, but I watched it anyways because the entire cast was pretty incredible, right? He decides to do this instead of a normal movie. He does it in the form of a stage show. And it is so pretentious. And it just ruined everything. It ruined the entire movie for me. This was really disturbing, and if it was done appropriately, it would have bothered the living hell out of me. It's about this woman. She runs to a town, and she's seeking refuge because people are after her to hurt her. And at first, the town people, they take her in and they protect her. But then throughout this, after a while, the guys are like, she wants safety. So, maybe we can make her do a little something for it. And then they all start using her for that something. I'm pretty sure you know what that something is. And it's fucking disturbing and bothersome. And eventually all the men are coming to her for that, and they start treating her like crap. And then all like the townspeople's wives and stuff, they start treating her like crap because they're jealous that their husbands are going there to, do really bad things to her that she doesn't want to do. If it had any other director, I think this could have been phenomenal. And if they just did it like a normal movie, why did you do that? Next is Jack Ketchum's The Girl Next Door. This is based on the true story of Sophie Likens, I believe. And it is very disturbing. The they're kids of some carny workers, and they meet this lady, and their kids all get along, and they ask her, hey, can you watch our teenage girls for us while we're on the road, so that they have stability and stuff, and we'll send you some money to help. And she says yes. And then she ends up singling out the oldest one, Sophie, or Sylvia, sorry. And they start, doing a lot of really bad things to this poor girl. Like, some of the most gruesome things were done to this poor teenager. And it tells that story very well. This is the one that I hate watching, and I will never watch it again. It really bothered me. It's the same story that Ellen Page did in An American Crime. It's just a lot better. And it stays with the whole realistic touch, and it doesn't go away to La La Land at the end like An American Crime did. For the longest time, people kept saying, August Underground, oh my god, man, it's so blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry, Fred Vogel, your movie sucks. It sucks so bad. I watched the first one completely. I hate shaky camera. I can't stand it. The jokes were bad. The effects were bad. The makeup was bad. The acting was fucking atrocious. The sequels didn't do any better. I kind of watched the second and the third one in fast forward mode because I was so bored. I mean, I guess if you're like maybe 13 to like 16, you've never seen any like shock value type things, you might enjoy it. No. I never suggest this movie to anyone because it's so bad. All three of them are so bad. I remember someone suggested Cannibal Holocaust, and I watched it years ago with an ex-boyfriend. We knew beforehand about the animal thing, so we were kind of preparing, or a little bit more prepared for that when we went into the film. The movie sucks, guys. The only thing disturbing about that movie is the real life animal things going on, and they were 100% unnecessary, and I don't think anyone should watch it just for that. There was no point to that movie. I would highly suggest just go watch The Green Inferno. I know Eli Roth isn't the best, but it's better than Cannibal Holocaust. And the last really popular one, I'm going to talk about this one, even though I have a bunch more to get to, is going to be Come and See. I finally watched it. I did a longer video on it a while ago. This movie is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. It follows this man. He's part of the resistance. And I say man, I mean boy. He's a boy. And they're fighting against the Nazis because the Nazis are trying to take over their village or whatever. And he wants to go fight with the resistance and get rid of them because they're bad, right? And his mother is all like, no, you're a kid. You're staying here with us. You're not doing anything. But then the resistance soldiers, they come in and they take the boy anyways to fight with them because they're requiring everybody. And you see this little boy transform from like innocent, naive, into a completely different person. He ages so much over the course. I think it's supposed to be like 3 or 4 days that we see the difference or the progression of this poor boy. And, he witnesses all the terrors of war. And it has the most beautiful, depressing scene with the church I've ever seen in my life.